What's up YouTube? In today's episode we're going to be installing the Darkside turbo inlet pipe. Let's get into this. Okay, so obviously the first thing we're going to have to do is take out the entire air intake system again. So that means airbox has to come out, MAF sensor section has to come out, and then finally we can remove the old turbo inlet pipe from factory and we can install the new one. So let's get on with that. Okay, so these screws here are T25s, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them. Takes the top of the airbox off, and then you just have a squeeze clip to get this off, which is actually here. You just have to pull this hose clamp, slide it back, and then this whole section pops off. Then we have the old turbo inlet pipe, which is just held on to the turbo inlet down here by this hose clamp, which is a 7mm socket you'll need, or a 7mm spanner to get that off. Undo that and she comes off dead handy. Now we're going to install the Darkside one. So luckily for us, they've actually supplied us with fresh hose clamps, some nice matte black ones, which is very nice actually. I think that's a nice touch. Yeah, the black hose clamps. Nice. So we're going to get these kind of a little bit snug so they don't fall off anywhere. Shove her on, tighten her up, and then we should be good to go. You need to remember obviously which direction that this came out from. So if you think about the way this was sat in there, it was sat this way. So you need to make sure that the Darkside one, or whatever turbo inlet pipe silicon you are installing, is orientated the same way. So we're going to get this in this way, same as the other one came out. Now obviously we have our lines here, which previously on the old turbo inlet pipe had little clips to hold them. Darkside one doesn't have that. Luckily for us, they have little rubber, I don't even know what you'd want to call that, just like a little, not grommet even, just like a spacer, so that the lines aren't sitting on top of the turbo inlet pipe or getting heated up in any way so it would melt the silicone. So we're just going to hold this out the way, fish this in here, snug it on to the turbo inlet as far as we can, just to make sure it is on and over the lip, which it is, like so. And then we can go in with our ratchet, make sure it's the right way. You can see in there hopefully where our hose clamp is, just here. So I'm going to try to orientate the hose clamp in such a way that it's easily accessed if we ever need to get at it again, because that was the problem when I was taking stuff out before, is just like how awkward the nuts and bolts are to get to. So probably good practice just to try and, when you're reinstalling things, keep parts in such a way that if you do need to go back to it, you make it as easy for yourself as possible. Okay, so after you've tightened up that last hose clamp, literally all you have left to do is just reinstall everything that you took out in the beginning in the same like reverse order that it came out. So new silicone is in. This is going to really help because it's obviously it's a much wider bore going further down, and obviously it's made out of silicone, so it's less prone to breaking and just going to get much better airflow into the turbo. That's going to do it for this video of how to install a silicone turbo inlet pipe, particularly one if you've got it from Darkside. The next video we're going to do is we're going to do the actual air intake itself. So we're going to have an induction kit for this with a filter, heat shield and all that stuff, and that is going to be the very next video. So if you want to see that, make sure you go down there, hit the subscribe button so you get notified when we upload. If this helps you install your own turbo inlet pipe, then drop us a like, it's much appreciated, and me and Ben will see you in